stable Wi-Fi connection here. So that should be up in just a second. And Gerard going to hang on to this one here now. Well, the cool news is we got the audio-only feed going. We got audio on NAHL TV going. And a big thank you to, again, NAHL TV for getting us good to go. And having to re-verify my own account for the 8th time here. So that's just something. Puck stuck in the face-off circle. It's scooped up. Schaefer chips this one down ice. Thornton unable to get to it first. So the netminder, Jones, is going to get to it. Oh, and here's a fun fact for all of you who love fun facts. Well, Victory Honda used to be stomping grounds of Odessa Jackalopes netminder Jones and defenseman for the Amarillo Wranglers, Cruz Smith, when, wow, Thornton is in disbelief. And the Wranglers are in shambles right now as they're going to have another man going to the box. It's going to be a 5-on-3. Well, this is less than ideal, to say the least. A minute 17 of a 5-on-3. Well, we're going to have to wait on the YouTube audio only feed as I'm having to re-verify who I am for the 8 millionth time here. Well, it is live, so going to have a different way of doing this. Esperance with the top of the face-off circle. Back to Esperance. Esperance. Saucers on back. Esperance. A lot of give and go here. Puck back to Esperance. Followed about a one-timer. Keeps the top of the face-off circle. Sends it on down low. Esperance going to trade places as now it's fed on over to Jacobs. Looking for a way through. Ogle crouching down and a shot. A great block there from Ogle. Well, Bollinger slow to get up, but he is up now. Just free out there for the Wranglers. 40 seconds left of a 5-on-3 before it becomes a 5-on-4. Jacobs calling for it. Wants a one-timer. Rips it and he scores. Well, Wranglers unable to deal with the 5-on-3 here, as they're going to trail now 1-0. It's going to be Esperance with the goal. Oh, and Gerard recovered that post as well as he could have, and it's going to go right over the top of his shoulder. Well, just like last night, Wranglers started down 1-0, and they had to forge their way to a 3-1 win last night. So not uncharted territory for this side. Well, Wranglers still going to be in a 5-on-4 situation here. Petrov now out of the box, as Jake Thornton can only just sit on and watch and hope that the damage has ended there for his side. Puck chipped into the corner of the Wranglers zone. Ripped down ice. Poe sending it all the way down, burning some time on this 5-on-4. 53 seconds left. A penalty to kill off now. Buck around behind the net. Fed back around. Lupo trying to turn on the afterburners and get to this puck first. Tom's first to it. Lupo still in pursuit of Tom's. He's going to elect to go to the bench as a new unit out there now. It's going to be Miller joined by Poe, who's already out there along with Rusega and Schaefer. And a loose stick. Rusega having to scoop this one back up, and a shot kicked aside by Gerard on the pads. 18 seconds now left of a penalty to kill off for the Wranglers. Jackalopes with it, looking for feed, top of the face-off circle. Rusega with some pressure, puck down low. A good stick in from Poe. Puck bouncing into the corner. 3 seconds left of a penalty until Fortin is now out of the box, and it's Rosega with it as he's got Fortin in the zone. Rosega to Fortin, shot, and held on to by Jones, but he fumbles it. Fortin trying to find a way to put this puck into the back of the net. O'Rourke having to shift back. Miller looking to help cover. Puck chipped into the zone of the Wranglers as the Jackalopes looking to go for a change and get that power play unit off the ice. Bollinger has it caught up on the wings in the neutral zone. Miller trying to reach into the cookie jar a little bit. Win this puck back. And a ricochet off the boards. Gregory with it now. Gregory chipping this one on to Gerard. Tampers it down with his paddle. Some support needed here now as it's looped around over to Schaefer. We got a couple individuals tied up back in the Wranglers zone, and this puck's given up. Jackalopes on a delayed offside, so all they can do with this puck is just dump it and leave. Rosega looking for a feed. Ricochets off the skates of Miller, but Rosega is back with it. Excuse me, that is now Petrov with it. Petrov looking for a shot. Petrov behind net. Petrov looking for a lane to work with. Sends it on back. Captain in the zone. Hedquist looking for a shot. This one ricocheting off the back of the mesh netting and the net of Jones. And a dive there. Lupo lucky he did not trip up. His man there could have gone to the box. And the Wranglers trying to stay out of the box here now. Hedquist bullies his man off the puck. And a stick in now there. Larson with it. Larson looking for a feed to Lupo. This one deflected off of a skate. Jackalopes trying to send this one out of the zone. Puck and a ricochet out. Second got a piece of it on his twig. Smith was looking for a feed, and now Jackalopes looking for a shot. A big save from Gerard. The blocker there. Keeping this one out. Fortin finds a man on over top of the faceoff circle. Fortin at the blue line. Looking for Jacobs. Jacobs shovels it down low. Puck sent into the corner. Smith with it behind net. He's looking for Ogle. Haggerty tying his man up. A little bit of give and go, and the Jackalopes will score yet again. Wranglers, they have been caught out on their formation, and a 2-on-1 down low. As Jeremy Jacobs will make it a 2-0 game for the Odessa Jackalopes here. Well, not what the doctor ordered one bit. The Wranglers had such a good game last night, and they kept their shape well. But here tonight, the Wranglers, they've been scrambling a little bit. As we're just waiting to get something off the ice here. That's tossed onto the ice whenever the Jackalopes score a goal. I'll be McPherson and Miller on the face-off here after the Jackalopes go up 2-0. So some work to do for the boys in blue, white, and red. Miller getting a piece of this puck on the draw. Now Dolan sending it on back. Fortin with it into the zone. Fortin looking for Miller. This puck too far into the corner. Fortin keeps it in. Was looking for Miller down low. It's cut out by the Jackalopes. Jackalopes with a big odd man rush. 4-on-2. Shot. Kicked aside on the pads of Gerard. And another save on the pads by Gerard. Fed on over. Miller has it dispossessed. Barry looking for a feed down low. A shot. Tough angle shot there. And kept out by Gerard. O'Rourke and the Wranglers looking for a little bit of a numbers advantage. It's a 4-on-3 as Miller has to try and get back with this puck. Tom's looking to reset it. Puck all the way down ice. Icing waved away. Jackalopes getting a piece of that puck right on the blue line. Now a great feed to Bollinger, but it's just going to go between the legs. Barry with it. Feeds it on back. Matsar with it. Matsar looking for a feed. Scooped up by Koval. Koval finding a pass. Had Bollinger. And all sides go the Jackalopes. Well, the Wranglers look a little bit jumpy here. They've not really been able to have any retention of this puck when it's a feed down the wings are looking for that stretch pass. It's kind of been ricocheting off of skates and just going a little bit too far out of reach. So an adjustment that Amarillo needs to make here over the course of this game is that puck possession. Koval scoops it up in his own zone, feeds it to Poe. Wranglers looking to get deep up ice. Bollinger had Gentler, and again, like we just talked about it, the pass is just not connecting. They're just out of reach, but Gentler stays with it, was looking for Bollinger down low in the slot. Puck scooped up. Jackalopes, a good stick in there. Petrov battling for this one. Bollinger getting a piece of it. Koval unable to keep this one in the zone. Gentler looking to reset the boys. Bollinger scooping up the loose puck. Bollinger ricocheting it off the boards. And again, Wranglers just coughing up the puck in their own zone, but Bollinger trying to send it up and out. Will do just that, but he's going to have to just send this one down ice as the Wranglers look to go for a change. Odessa looking for a feed onto the wings. Matar got a piece of it. Gerard with it out of his net. Feeds it over to Schaefer. Schaefer looking for a quick feed. Sukla sending it down ice. Icing is going to get called. Lupo can't beat that one out. Wranglers back in their own zone for a face-off here. 13:06 left in the second period. Wranglers trail 2-0 currently. Jackie Trance and Jeremy Jacobs with the goals for the Odessa Jackalopes. Wranglers control the faceoff. Ogle banks it off the glass. It's a little bit too far out of reach, but Sukla staying with it. And offsides go the Wranglers here. Face-off controlled by the Wranglers. Rusega scooping up the puck. Finds Haggerty. Haggerty with his glove onto his stick now. Haggerty. And this one ricocheting off of Rusega. Almost went in the back of the net. We got a man down low behind that. Puck's just hanging there. The Jackalopes with it now. Cut out Haggerty, but turns it over as he was trying to reel this puck back in. Thomas looking for a feed. On over. Wranglers trying to keep their shape here. Jackalopes with it at the blue line, looking for an option. They find Fortin. Fortin down low. A little bit of a swap here. Lynch feeds it on back to Esperance. Esperance with a goal here tonight for the Jackalopes. Haggerty looking to feed this one out of the zone. It's kept in. Jackalopes have a man down low in the back door, and they score. Well, yet again, the shape of the Wranglers left scrambling. And turnovers have been a costly error that have plagued the Amarillo Wranglers this period as they now go down 3-0. Did not see who got the credit for that goal there, so check on that on NAHL's scoreboard website here as we pull this on up and go to the game center. And we'll get back underway here in just a second. 12:08 left in the second period. Wranglers with their work cut out for them now. It'll be Brandon Catalano with his 4th goal of the season for the Odessa Jackalopes as they go up 3-0. Miller and Jacobs on the faceoff here. Well, the Wranglers looking to apply a little bit of a tourniquet as the bleeding has just continued here in this period. Puck up and out of play in an offensive zone draw. Might be a little bit of boost. They're actually looked like they were potentially going to take this one in the neutral zone, but it will indeed be a offensive zone faceoff for the Wranglers. You don't need 3 in a quick succession. You just need one to kind of tilt scales back in your favor. Right now, the Jackalopes have tilted the scales, and the winds of fortune in their control. O'Rourke has an option, a shot held onto by Jones. 14 shots on that so far this game for the Odessa Jackalopes, now 11 for the Wranglers. Well, the Wranglers currently 0-2 on the power play here tonight. And if they're going to want to have their fortunes turn around, going to need to find at the back of the net with your man advantage. A loose puck. Fortin trying to help out Miller. Jackalopes back with it now. Jacobs finds a feed. And a shot off the sidebar here. Schaefer with it. Schaefer looking for some support as O'Rourke's got it now. O'Rourke goes back to Schaefer, and it's turned over. And a shot, and now gloved up by Gerard. And Gerard is beyond frustrated currently as the turnovers have just been abundant here in this period. Wranglers currently playing a little bit of hot potato. They need to protect that puck like it's a newborn infant. Larson and McPherson on the faceoff inside of the Wranglers zone. Well, looks like they might toss Larson here, and they will do just that. So Sukulis on the faceoff inside of the Wranglers zone here now. Gregory looking for a shot. This one blocked. And this one blocked yet again up into the mesh netting. So we'll get a face-off in the Wranglers zone in just a second. Wranglers controlling the face-off. Ogle with it behind the net. Just looking for Lupo. Lupo will find it. Between the legs pass. And a pass a little bit too far for Sukulis as icing is going to get called now. And we got a little bit of dust up here. Barry wants a go at Sukulis. Well, we might get a penalty. Sukulis is trying to say that there's a little bit of blood. Looks like Barry will just continue to skate down ice. They're not going to take him. Well, Sukulis just was checking, but looks like there will be no blood as he didn't make a theatrical display of any blood to the officiating crew here, so appears to be just fine. Arrington and Dillon on the faceoff. Excuse me, that's Larson. Sukulis with it. Has Lupo. And delayed offsides on the Wranglers. Now fed up to Prankratz. Prankratz into the zone looking for a feed. Coble tying up his man, ensuring that he can't get to the free puck. And we're going to have a trip here. Gentler tripped up, and Lemire going to glove this one down. Well, we talk about needing to take advantage of your man advantage. An excellent time to tip the scales in your favor here. Like we said, it's a game of hockey being played over 60 minutes, not over 5 minutes. So you just got to put those 5 minutes behind you. Obviously, can't put it behind you on the scoreboard, but you got to just look forward and see what you can do for here. So Miller will be on the draw. Puck into the corner, Resega trying to keep this one down low. Some support arriving now. Wranglers trying to scoop this one out. Resega getting this one back on his stick. He's going to feel some pressure and get taken down. Bollinger shifting up, scoops it up, finds Resega, back down low. Resega looks for a feed to Miller as it's cut out by the Jackalopes. Wranglers have to turn tail and run back into their own zone. Now Ishbarantz looking for a feed. Now Bollinger scoops it up. Wranglers, they want to go quick. Jacks having to get back as fast as they can. Bollinger into the zone with it. Bollinger goes down low into the corner. Feeds it back over. Resega with it now. Resega surveys his options. Slows it down. Swap spots with Bollinger. Feeds it to Miller. Miller looking for something as he's feeling some pressure. Miller's just got to dump this puck off. He finds Resega, but Wranglers got to shift this puck on over, and they do just that. Smith has an option. Wranglers will go to Smith. Feeds it to Bollinger. Bollinger to Rusega. Rusega turns in the faceoff circle, and that shot dealt with by Jones. Smith looking for a shot. Scores! Sweet as ever from Smith, the defenseman, displaying his cannon of a shot yet again. Well, and Crew's parents in attendance here. Talked to them during the first intermission, and I can actually see him right down below the broadcast booth. His dad is pumped to see his kid on the score sheet here tonight. I'm going to talk about taking advantage of your man advantage. Wranglers doing just that. And the Wranglers opening the door to trying to right this ship. After going down 3-0, gets a 3-1 scoreline here after Crew Smith bringing this one into the back of the net. Couple bodies hit the deck. Larson with it. Larson. Wranglers. They're feeling feisty. Shot. Oh, it just barely got that rebound attempt. It's kept out by Jones. Oh my, mamma mia. It is getting spicier than an Italian meatball. Well, Suklis is told ahead of the bench he should not be arguing anymore, as he should be thankful that he is not going to the box. And sometimes you got to remember it could be a worse situation if you're just being asked to go to the bench. That is a lot better than being asked to go to the sin bin. Azadi on the faceoff for the Wranglers. Azadi wins it. O'Rourke feeds it down low. Haggerty. Rusega as it pokes away. Jackalopes looking for something. Lynch looking for a feed. Azadi scoops it up, but it's now turned over. Thomas with it. Thomas still with it, looking for a feed. Cut out by Haggerty. Feeds it up ice. Wranglers looking to get up quickly. Azadi with it. Has options. Azadi looks for a shot and gloves up. And a stick in there from the Jackalopes. Kind of just making that shot attempt fizzle out in the end. But a great passage of play there. And good at work rate from the Amarillo Wranglers. Miller on the face-off with McPherson across from him. Miller winning this one. Dolan. And this one's going to ricochet and go all the way down ice, as icing will get called here. 8:32 left in the second period here. Will it be McPherson and Miller yet again on the face-off inside of the Jackalope zone? Jack's winning this one. Puck's tied up. Dolan sending it back down low. Wranglers making sure to be aware of the Jacks pinching up high. Dolan trying to get a piece of this puck, as it's now won back by Fortin. Miller was looking for Fortin. Now it's McPherson with it. Hedquist getting a piece of this puck. Feeds it back behind the net. Has Ogle. Jackalopes keeping this one in the zone for now. Ogle trying to find a lane to work with. Fortin and the Jackalopes still with this one in the zone. Puck behind the net. So it's now scooped up. Fortin with it. Picks out a pass to Dolan. Dolan into the zone. Dolan slows it down. Looks for a pass. A shot kept out by Jones. Ogle keeps it in. Ogle looking for a shot just wide there from Ogle. Fortin's a loose puck. Tries to wrap around. Runs out of real estate here. And we're going to get a whistle as the net is off. Well, Amarillo Wranglers, after that goal, have seemed to found a little bit of a pep in their step after that goal here, making it a 2-goal game. They have finally found their footing in this one. Petrov looking for a pass, sent back down low, and a stick in there, a couple sticks. Poe keeps it in the zone. Poe looking for a shot, kept out. Kicked inside on the pads there of Jones. On the forecheck for the Wranglers, which was just absent in the first period, and the first half of this second has now finally been activated. Bollinger sending it into the zone. Bollinger scoops it back up on the wings. Puck, awkward deflection. Smith with it, finds Gentler, great feed on over. Gentler looking for a shot, blocked, loose puck, and Smith almost found it. Wranglers back into their own zone, win this puck back, and then it's scooped right back up by Toms and the Jackalopes. Gentler bowling his man off this puck. Smith to loose puck inside of his own zone, sends it on over to O'Rourke. O'Rourke with a great feed to Lupo. Lupo into the zone, has Bollinger, slows it down, looks for a shot, and that one fizzled out. Puck's still active. O'Rourke scoops up, looks for a shot, and the net is off by a mile. Bollinger to O'Rourke. Wranglers having to work with an altered net here, and will finally get a whistle. Well, not decided to go for a little bit of a walk. Well, they're going to keep this one an offensive zone face-off for the Wranglers here. But first, we've got to get this net back on its bearings. On a big improvement from the Amarillo Wranglers here in the later stages of this period. They still got some time to work with to reduce their deficit here in this one. 3-1 is the scoreline right now. Jackalopes opened up the scoring with a flurry of free goals. Fed back around. Ogle trying to keep this one in the zone. Scooped up, Sukulis sends it down low into the corner. Lamar feeding it around. Wranglers still with this one in the zone. They're looking for some options, but now they finally lose the puck as it's a 3-on-2. Larson having to get back. Larson is back. Mitzar finding a feed on over. Puck in the corner, down low, and Gerard with a big save. Sprawls out like a cat trying to get to its toy. And we got another post whistle takedown. Oh, it's time for a cage match, WWE style here. We got buckets flying, and this one has just been feisty all period long. Ogle's got his bucket off, and Lupo's on the ground, and he's just looking up at the official with his arms shrugging and going, what did I do wrong? Well, we'll have to see if we get offsetting penalties, and that will indeed be the case. They're telling Ogle to go, but Jackalopes with one in the box as well. It'll be number 19, Adam Batar. Well, we'll get some 4-on-4 hockey here now. And when you got 4-on-4 hockey, why not toss out one of the fastest skaters in this league in Daniel Rasega? It'll be a lineup of a quick, speedy 4 for the Wranglers here with Landon Poe, Cruz, Smith, Ty Zadi, and Daniel Rasega. Smith to Rasega. Rasega on over to Poe. Poe with it now to Rasega. Rasega looking to work his magic with his skates as he weaves his way into the zone. Was looking for Zadi's. This one's cut out. Wranglers have to shift back into their own zone now. Puck wrapped around the boards. Fed down low as Zadi to the loose puck. 1:30 left to 4-on-4 hockey as Zadi shakes his man off. Feeds it to Poe. Poe surveys the land. And it was looking for Rasega with a stretch pass here as icing is going to get called. So we'll get a face-off inside the Wranglers zone here in just a second. 5:30 left in the second period. 1:22 of 4-on-4 hockey to be played here. It'll be McPherson and Azadi on the draw inside the Wranglers zone. Azadi winning this one. Resega to it. Sega trying to win the puck. Smith trying to reach in, tie his man up. Jackalopes got a man on the ground. Head official having to make sure that there's not anything dangerous that happens to any individual. Now it's Resega with it. Has a one-on-one, slows it down, sends it around the boards. Haggerty out there now. Haggerty scoops it up. Schaefer feeding it back down low. Wranglers just wanted to toss it back down to complete that change. Gentler, Schaefer, O'Rourke, and Haggerty, the four out there for the Wranglers. Barry hangs on to it for an extended period of time. Barry looking for a feed onto the wings. McPherson tied up by O'Rourke. Gerard out of his net. Sends it up. Puck's going to exit the zone. Haggerty looking to apply some pressure up high. Haggerty forcing the Jackalopes to reset. Deep into their own zone. Fortin leaves it off. Lynch with it. Finds a man on the zone entry with that feed. Tossed down low. O'Rourke tying his man up. Schaefer looking for a feed. Finds Haggerty. Haggerty feeds it back to Gentler. Back to 5 hockey. We will go. Wranglers controlling the puck with 4:02 left in the second period here now. O'Rourke waiting for reinforcements. Dolan out there now. O'Rourke looking for a feed. Fortin dumps this one into the zone. Bouncing puck. Wranglers unable to keep it in the zone as they got to get back. Schaefer beating Lynch to this puck. Schaefer's going to slip up a little bit. Lynch has got it. And a good stick in there from Fortin. Wranglers suffocated and forced to one side as now Fortin's got it. Wranglers got to recover. A big save from Gerard. Fortin and Miller in pursuit. And this one turned over. Dolan with it into the zone. Dolan feeding it to Fortin. Fortin down low to Dolan. Miller trying to keep this one in. Smith looking for a shot. Puck hanging there in the slot as it's now turned aside. Lynch finding a feed into the zone. Puricelli through traffic. Picks up the puck. Sends it back to Lamar. Looking for a shot. It's blocked by Fortin. Fortin trying to pressure Lamar out. Miller trying to help out. And a bouncing puck scooped up. And we're going to get a whistle now. Well, not really sure what that whistle was for. Wranglers carried the puck into the zone freely. Oh, there's a conversation happening at center ice. And we're not really sure what for. Well, they're having a conversation with the Amarillo bench. Looks like they're going to be taking Fortin to the box. Well, something must have happened when Fortin was fighting for this puck on the blue line. Because there was a lengthy discussion about this one. Well, 2:51 left in the second period. 2 minutes of penalty kill-off. And as the Wranglers found some footing, put one in the back of the net after going down 3-0, they got to kill this one off. And hopefully turn that energy and momentum of being able to kill off a penalty into some more offense. Tom, stop the face-off circle. Jackalopes look for a man down low. Loose puck. And it's dealt with for now. Tom's to it. Looks for a shot. Oh! Oh, no! And Gerard made 2 big saves in a row. But the Odessa Jackalopes able to put a 4th onto the board. Well, and again, just a situation where Amarillo scrambling in their formation. Will be, I believe, number 19, Adam Batsar with the goal. More work to do yet again for Amarillo here. Fortin trying to win this puck back down low. Dolan to the loose puck. Dolan. Jackalopes to the loose puck. Schaefer trying to keep this one in. Send it to Dolan. Dolan as it pokes away. Jackalopes looking for feed. Yoshi cross ice feed. Jackalopes into the zone, turning, looking for a man. This one too far out of reach. As Jackalopes forced to reset. Fortin on the blue line, kicked aside by Gerard. Dolan with it. Dolan trying to chip it up. O'Rourke banks it off the glass. Finds Fortin. Fortin looking to stay with it. Has it cut out by Arrington. Scooped up now, McPherson. Still stays with it. Gets a shot off. 1-on-4 situation. Puck caught up in a little bit of a scrum. Jacks to it. And now a shot. Kept out by Gerard. A couple sticks in there. Now it's Dolan with it. Kept in the zone. Wranglers looking to position. Gerard whacking away at it with his paddle. 1:04 left in the second period. Wranglers looking to go for a change. They got to make it a quick one. Thomas with it. Thomas finds his man into the zone. Coble forcing him out of the slot down low into the corner. Lupo with it. Larson chipping this one into the corner. And icing going to get called here now. Be Larson and Thomas on the face-off here. Well, it looks like, nope, they canceled their plans of tossing Thomas out of the face-off circle. Wranglers would like to find at least one more. Cut this one in half. 34 seconds left in the second. Sukelis trying to stay with it. Feeds it up. Larson with it. Larson has options. Looks for a shot and held onto by Jones. Oh, we got a dust up here. Well, Odessa surely will be having at least one in the box. Lupo took a little bit of a knuckle sandwich to the mouth, and he is not happy. On Sukelis with some words, trying to stand up for his teammate here. On Sukelis and Lynch still with a war of words. Well, and how about this for an interesting development? Both of them appear to be going off the ice, and it's still going on. Well, both Lynch and Sukelis gonna get a 10-minute game misconduct. Oh, Lupo took a fist to the mouth, and the Wranglers, unfortunate not to be able to come away with a power play. Thought we would potentially see one here. He was left holding his mouth for quite some time. Obviously, you don't get a great look of how things develop, but that's what it looked like from up here. But officiating crew with a better view down there than that of a broadcast here up in a broadcast booth, a couple 100 yards away. Puck behind the net, 15 seconds left in the second period. And the Wranglers just continuing to struggle here in the second period. Oh, the second period's going to come to a close, and the boys in blue, red, and white with a lot of work to do in the third period as they are currently down 3 goals. Odessa Jackalopes leading 4-1 after 2. And break this one down, I mean, it's just two biggest things that come to mind are turnovers and just the shape just breaking down and not really being able to recover and having to scramble into situations that have led to those 4 goals being given up. Well, when we come back, we'll have the start of the third period here. But Wranglers, they don't have a mountain to climb, but you got to start somewhere if they want to get back into this one and try and pull out a win. Well, welcome on back, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the third period here. And it's Military Appreciation Night for the Odessa Jackalopes, and a beautiful display here as everyone from the Jackalopes carrying the American flag in thanks to those who have and are currently serving their country. Speaking of military appreciation games, Wranglers on November 22nd will have their military appreciation night. All active duty and veterans will get in for free with a military ID. You can present that day of at the Panhandle box office at the Amarillo Civic Center Budweiser bullpen. And there's also a ticket link that you can use as well for friends and family of those of you who are active duty and veterans to get discounted rates on those tickets. You can find that on our social media as well. We'll actually be posting that link tomorrow in the morning. So if you want to wait and not have to scroll all the way through Instagram and Facebook and you just want to wait for the morning and be able to do it that way, you can always do that. That'll be going out tomorrow, as well as a link for Pooch on the Pond, November 21st. Have a pet-themed concourse, as well as a pet beauty contest during the first intermission at the Budweiser Bullpen, Amarillo Civic Center. And it is an $8 entry fee for the pet beauty contest. And again, that Pooch on the Pond night, November 21st. Well, they say Roma was not built in a day. And for the Wranglers, it's not going to be all done in the potential of being able to build Rome up from the ashes after it got raised time and time again. But they have 20 minutes on the board. Do they have the ability to mount a comeback of the ages? It starts now. What was that locker room discussion like after the second? How fired up can these boys get? And a stretch pass just out of reach there from Petrov, so icing will get called. Also, speaking of Amarillo home games, there are plenty of dates available in December and January for the Party Zone. You can find more information about that on the social media as well, and to book the Party Zone for any of those home game dates in December and January, you can always email Brandy at Amarillo Hockey to book your party for the Party Zone. We also have discounted group rates. Now here's Petrov! Shot kicked aside and saved by Jones. There's also discounted group rates on ticket packages for the month of December as we head into the holidays, and that puck launched up into the mesh and netting. And we'll have to see if we get this face-off in the neutral zone. It does appear to be so. Miller on the draw. McPherson winning this one. Jackalopes sending it around the boards. Gerard cutting it out behind his own net. Gerard needing some support here now. Schaefer was looking for Dolan, a shot and a big save there. Gerard able to keep this one out of the back of that. Wranglers gonna need to be picture perfect this period if they want to punch home a potential. Getting out of here and heading back home to Amarillo, Texas with a win in the bank. Dolan needing some support. Miller swapping off. Miller was initially the supporting role for Dolan. Now punched into the corner by Jones there on his blocker. Toms resetting it on back to Barry. Barry to Toms. Schaefer trying to tie up Zayak on the wings. Sega there to help out. Loose puck behind net. Scooped up. Zayak had a look. There was a little bit of room, not much. And now Haggerty forcing the Jackalopes into a delayed offside situation. Haggerty scoops it up, feeds it into the zone, shakes his man off. Zach looking to scoop this one up. Hedquist tying him up. Hedquist being a nuisance. Zach fumbling the puck a little bit in his own zone. Jackalopes able to freely operate with this one out of their own zone. No pressure applied. So the Wranglers going for a change here now. Puck tossed into the zone of the Amarillo Wranglers as Gerard sends it over. Ogle to Hedquist. Hedquist finds Bollinger. Sends it into the corner. Larson in a foot chase. Larson cuts it out. Bollinger down low, and this one cut out. Larson still with it. Looks for a feed. The Wranglers were not committed to sitting everybody down low to support. Case of a turnover here. Puck launched back in, delayed offsides, now cleared away by the linesman here. Smith scooping up the puck in his own zone. Pivots, makes his man bite. Lupo feeds it. Fortin with it. Fortin into the zone. Fortin keeping an angle. Fortin, oh, he had Lupo, but it's kept in by Gentler. Wranglers still in the zone here. Gentler needing some support. Feeds it back, blue line, now over to Smith. Smith has it blocked. Smith wins the puck back. Looks for a shot. This one forced away. Smith resets it back below. Fortin with it. Looking for a feed. It's cut out. The Wranglers getting a little bit careless with the passing here. And had a good entry into that zone. Just unable to find anything concrete. Puck forced into the corner by Poe. And a puck deflecting off of a skate. Now chipped up out of the zone. Dolan trying to get to loose puck. Dolan applying some pressure, getting his stick in. Now support arriving. Haggerty trying to win this one back. It's going to fall back into the zone of the Wranglers as Schaefer. Now looking for a feed to Dolan. Dolan taken down. Now, bench a little bit miffed there of the Wranglers. They were hoping for a penalty as they need 3 goals to tie this one on up. Not enough to it though. So play on we will go. Again, another turnover inside the Wranglers zone. Wranglers trying to make it a situation where this one does not end up in the back of their own net. There's a man down low and splits from Gerard. This one got explosive as we saw 2 get tossed in the final minutes of the second. And Charles Antoine Gerard having to do the splits to keep this puck out of the back of the net. Looks like a mouth guard belonging to Haggerty was back all the way down in the Odessa zone there. I was wondering where he was going for a second. Tazati and McPherson on the faceoff inside the Wranglers zone. O'Rourke. Rusega trying to apply some pressure on the wings. Azadi finding Rusega. Jackalopes cutting this one out. Rusega keeping this one in. Azadi down low. Rusega in the corner. Needing some support. Rusega shoving tabs off it. Down low. There's one. Shot. Oh, and kept out by Jones. Wranglers. That was their best look this period so far, but they are looking to stay active. Rusega trying to set up a forecheck here. Koval looking to get involved. Loose puck down low now held on to. And Rusega unable to get to that loose puck as Jones hangs on. Well, Wranglers gonna have Rusega going into the penalty box. And Jacob Miller is not happy. I mean, Daniel Rusega tried to get away from the netminder, Kevin Jones there, but they're gonna toss him in the box. Not really sure what for, so we're gonna have to take a look at what we've got. We're gonna have to wait for it to, so they're gonna call Daniel Rusega for slashing. Must have been after he skated through and Kevin Jones gobbled up that puck. Things just continue not to go the way of the Amarillo Wranglers. They're on the penalty kill, and one of their biggest penalty kill specialists is currently the one sitting in the box. Ishbrowns finding a feed down low. Arrington sending it on over. Lupo tying a man up onto the boards. Arrington to the loose puck. Has it cut out by Poe. Poe is looking to get rid of it. Now here's Poe with it, a 2-on-2. He has Lupo. Going to deflect off of his skate. Lupo back with it. Feeds it into the zone. 14:40 left. Wranglers needing 3 goals here. Thomas looking for a cross-ice feed. Azadi forcing it into the corner. Arrington feeds it on back. Now turned over. Bollinger tripped up. Bench wanting a call. Just not enough behind that one. And there's a whistle. Whoa. It's Azadi with it now. And Jake Bollinger is down. Well, we might be getting more than a 2-minute penalty here, potentially, but we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on how much time is put up on the clock. Well, they're going to keep it at 2. And you can see the Wranglers are not happy. Jake Bollinger, telling the officiating crew, that should be a double minor. There's a conversation going on about this. Well, they're taking him. Arrington's gone. Well, this one is getting interesting with 14:04 left. Nicholas Arrington told to head to the showers early here tonight. Well, head contact, a game misconduct. Well, they currently only have 2 minutes up on the board for Arrington's penalty. Looks like it might stay that way. Coach Scott Durr, the Odessa Jackalopes, having conversation with the head official of tonight's game. Well, they're now having a conversation with head coach Michael Hill. And it's going to be a 5. Here we go. 5-minute penalty maybe. No, unless, let's see here. They still got a 2 up on the board. And there it is, 5-minute penalty. And this one's going to have to get served by someone else as Nicholas Arrington has his night end early. So it'll be Zayak. Well, in 48 seconds, a massive opportunity for the Amarillo Wranglers here with 14:04 left. Down 3 goals. I was talking to Crew Smith's parents at the intermission, and we had the same sentiment of just was not a great period, but there's 60 minutes of hockey. There's still 20 ahead of the Wranglers here tonight. Speaking of Crew, it's him with the puck. Resets it to Azadi. Smith leaves it off. Azadi looking for a shot and gobbled up right into the mitts of the netminder, Kevin Jones. On a good look there from the Wranglers. Well, Jake Bollinger got checked out by team medical staff Lisa Johnson and seems to be okay. So we'll have to see. Keep an eye out for when Bollinger comes on back. Smith with it. Finds a pass on over, shot blocked. And Smith having to reset the Wranglers back inside their own zone. Poe electing to scoop up the loose puck. Wranglers might just be willing to play keep away as they're going to go 5-on-4 in 12 seconds. Well, they want to go now. It's Fortin with it. Weaves his way in the faceoff circle, behind net, looking for someone to work with. Hands it off to Schaefer. Schaefer down low, bottom of the faceoff circle, was looking for a feed. It's cut out. 4 minutes and 7 seconds of a power play for the Wranglers. They're down 3. It's Miller. Captain sends it around the boards. They got caught up in a stanchion. Haggerty with it. Oh, they got the head official in the way as he's trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Down low, Rusega looking for a lane to work with. Feeds it back as this one's scooped up. Bollinger was trying to keep it in. Well, we're going to face off here in just a second. It's Charles-Antoine Girard hanging on to this puck. Three minutes, 41 seconds left of a power play for the Wranglers. They've got to be able to take advantage of this. Down 3 goals here in the third period. Well, Miller tossed from the face-off circle. Rusega with McPherson across from him. Smith sends it back to Bollinger. Bollinger behind the net. Recently shaken up, but he's back out there looking to shake things up. Sends it around. Haggerty to the puck. Wranglers unable to keep this one in the zone. Rusega looking to kickstart something from his own zone. Turns on the afterburners. Into the zone. Rusega on over to Smith. Smith. Wranglers gonna have to just go with Operation Let Pucks Fly. A shot kicked aside on the pads of Jones there. Number puck all the way down Girard. Well, we got a small change of forwards here. Smith gonna go for a change as well. Bollinger waiting for reinforcements. Mazzotti with it. Feels a little bit of pressure. Dumps it off to Dolan. Dolan into the zone. Dolan feeds it back to Gentler. And Dolan taken down pretty hard there. And pass intended for Dolan cut out. Schaefer looking to feed it back down low. Jones on his paddle. Gentler trying to get to this puck first. Does just that. Looking to feed it on back. Azadi having to scramble to reset. As this one's cut out by the Jackalopes. Wranglers struggling to produce any kind of magic here on a 5-minute power play. Down 3. Azadi with it. Couple sticks in from the Jackalopes. Wranglers still having to reset. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining of a 5-minute power play for the Wranglers. They would at least like to find one here. Delayed offsides. Wranglers held up on the wings. They'll find a way in now. Lupo. Rusega down low. Puck behind the net. 1:45 remaining of a power play. And puck up and out of play. Look out. Lucky souvenir for a fan. Get a new puck here and a new unit out onto the ice for the Amarillo Wranglers. Well, just a couple small changes here. Haggerty, Larson, Smith, Rusega, and Bollinger. Larson on the draw. Thomas across from him. Puck caught up in a couple skates. It's Haggerty to it. Feeds it to Smith. On over. Bollinger turns. Looks for something. Down low. Shot kept out. Loose puck. Hanging around in the slot. Kicked into the corner. Rusega with it now. Rusega feeding it down low to Larson. Larson too far out of reach for him. Smith unable to keep it in the zone. Wranglers have to reset. And now a quick zone entry. Larson was looking for Haggerty. Haggerty having to go down low with it. Haggerty feeling some pressure. Larson to it. Rusega with it. Rusega looking for a quick shot and capped out by Jones. Oh, 10:14 left and 1:11 of a power play to work with. Wranglers really need to find one here. Cut this deficit in half. Otherwise, things are going to get a lot more difficult in this third period. Miller to Azadi. Azadi down low in the corner. Wranglers just kind of caught up with themselves. Now Girard having to scoop it up on his paddle. 53 seconds remaining of the power play. Dolan feeding it to Schaefer. Schaefer behind the net. Schaefer looking for a lane to work with. Dumps it back for Gentler. Gentler into the zone with it. Gentler looking for options. Goes back to Azadi. Azadi over to Schaefer. Schaefer and a shot. This one blocked. Wranglers having a retreat in the neutral zone. 30 seconds left of the power play. Schaefer to Azadi. Feeds it into Gentler. Gentler into the zone. Gentler slows it down. Looking for a pass on over. Schaefer looks for a shot, and this one blocked. Dolan down low. Miller behind the net. Miller back over to Dolan. 11 seconds left of the power play. Wranglers haven't had a whole lot of shots in a 5-minute power play. They've got to find one that talks money here. Shot and a save from Jones. Wranglers finally getting some shots on net. And now Miller shot. Oh, and it's deflected in traffic. 9 minutes left. Wranglers need free. And the Wranglers unable to take advantage of a 5-minute power play here in this third period. Now Jones handing this one off. Zach tossing it into the zone. Smith to the loose puck. Smith over to Ogle. And this one turned over. Loose puck down low. Kicked inside and saved on the pads of Gerard. Lupa with it. Larson pivots, looking for a shot. Blocker save there from Jones. Zach looking to send this one into the zone. Ogle to the loose puck as icing is going to get called here now. Well, Tyler Suklis and Jakob Lynch will be available for both their teams here now. Excuse me, that's Carson. Carson Lynch. Edquist down low. Pass. Oh, and Petrov had a puck right there outside of the crease. Wranglers still trying to figure something out. Jones handing this one off. Zach feeding this one out of the zone, and Petrov back into the zone. Loose puck scooped up. Jackalopes with it. It's cut out now. O'Rourke to the loose puck. O'Rourke sending it around. Jackalopes back with it. A shot. And the net's off. Puck is up high and would not have gone in if the net was in its natural position. We'll take a quick peek and see how the West Texas Wranglers are doing in their free HL game here tonight after a big win over the Lone Star Brahmas free HL side. And we'll get that teed up for when we have a stoppage play here. Miller on the faceoff. Jacobs across from him, and they're going to toss Miller. Now it's Suklis with it. Suklis trying to send it into the zone. Feeds behind the net of Jones. Barry trying to send this one up and out. Wranglers delayed offsides. 7:12 left in the third period. Wranglers needing free. Smith. The puck inside of his own zone here now. Smith. Suklis sending this one up and out. It's turned over. There is a loose glove. There's center ice here. A couple players having to weave around this one. Miller to it with a great pass over to Dolan. Dolan was held up a little bit and trying to go to the bench as well. A couple of Wranglers fans in attendance not too happy. They wanted a whistle. Loose puck just hanging there. Smith chips it into the corner. Scooped up by Gregory. Tom's looking for a little bit of give and go. Resega cutting this one out. Having a reset from the neutral zone. Jackalopes back with it. On a big hit there from Alphonse Gentler. It's Ogle with it. Ogle looking for a pass. Wranglers turning over the puck. Looking for a shot and a big block there. Puck sent behind the net. Charles Antoine Gerard, another shot. This one sent wide. Puck fed down low. And looks like Ogle's tied up quite literally and trying to break free. Ogle and Catalano are tied up for quite some time. Now puck all the way down ice. And icing is going to get called here now. 5:38 left in the third period. Well, second period of the West Texas Brahmas game. West Texas Wranglers currently tied up 1 apiece with the Texas Brahmas in that NA3HL matchup. I'll take a quick peek at scores around the league elsewhere while we wait for this face-off. The Alphonse Jetler on the draw. McPherson across from him, loose puck. Jackalopes to it. Now it's Rusega with it. It's a 2-on-2 Rusega into the zone. Haggerty wanted to go for a change. Wranglers, they want fresh legs out on the ice. 5:23 left in the third period. Wranglers need free. Hedquist resets it on over to O'Rourke. O'Rourke feeding it into the zone. And we're going to get a call for icing here now. And the Wranglers just continuing with their struggles to get anything set up, be able to pull this one back. Well, Shreveport Mudbugs with an OT win over the Oklahoma Warriors. New Jersey Titans winning 4-3 over the Philadelphia Rebels, and the Rochester Junior Americans with a 5-1 win over New Hampshire Mountain Kings. Face-off kind of just hanging there now. It's Zadi with it. Zadi into the zone. Zadi to his own puck. Looking for Hedquist. It's cut out. And this one launched up. Look out. Another souvenir for a fan here. 5 minutes left in the third period here. Larson on the face-off. Puricelli across from him. Larson winning it. Smith looks for a shot, and this one kept out by Toms. Puricelli with the puck, trying to find a way into the zone. Finds a man in the face-off circle. Couple sticks in. Wranglers trying to get this puck back. Couple bodies tied up down low in the corner. Larson trying to get involved along with Poe. Poe trying to get a loose puck as he's tied up. And a loose puck down low, and Gerard gonna hang on to this one now. Miller now on the face-off here inside the Wrangler zone. Puck just hanging there, scooped up. Dolan trying to send it out of the zone. Toss back down low, Ogle with it. And turned over in a dangerous spot. And a stick in from Dolan. Wranglers looking to go quick. Schaefer with it. Schaefer into the zone, down low, looking for a pass. Shot! Oh, it's kept out off the bar! Oh, Jones got a piece of that shot by Jacob Miller there. And it just rang off the metal of that post there. It's just one of those days in the office for the Wranglers. They just can't get any kind of luck going their way when they need it to. Jetler on the drop, Urselli across from him. Julie Thomas. A shot, this one sent wide. Hedquist to it, Hedquist to Haggerty. Haggerty looking for Jetler. Wranglers coughing up the puck in the neutral zone. They're looking for Catalano down low, but the Wranglers back with it now. They're trying to piece something together. It's Resega with it into the zone. Couple sticks in, a bouncing puck. Gentler looking for a shot. And now O'Rourke having to get back. O'Rourke able to kind of force his man in an awkward situation. Shot still getting off on Gerard, but Gerard keeping this one out. And a nice cross-ice feed and a shot gloved up there. And Jones able to get this one back onto the ice. Zadi getting a piece of this puck. Catalano sending it down low. Gerard out of his net. 3:03 left in the third period. Wranglers might be having that conversation about pulling Gerard as they're down 3. Well, they haven't yet, and Gerard is just hanging out in his net. Jackalopes into the zone. Wranglers trying to send this one up. Puck coughed up. Jones resetting it on over for Barry. Puck went back. Shot. Oh, and a stick in. Wranglers with a good look. And Gerard still just hanging around in his net. Schaefer with it. Schaefer looking for a shot. This one sent wide. Well, Wranglers not looking to pull Gerard at all. Down 3 with 2:20 left in the third. And this one through the crease. Lupo got a piece of it. Sent back. Azadi looking for a shot. Oh, and it deflected on a delayed high stick there. That one now cleared away. And Azadi to loose puck. 2:03 left in the third period. Gerard still hanging around in his crease. Well, it looks like the Amarillo Wranglers just have zero desire to pull Charles-Antoine Gerard for the extra attacker. 1:45 left in the third period. And now Larson trying to scramble a loose puck. This one taking a weird deflection, man, down 1:32 now left in the third period. Puck into the zone, Fortin to it. Jones resetting it. Puck just kind of hanging there. Miller trying to burst into the zone, win this one back, unable to. Puricelli and O'Rourke in a foot race. O'Rourke to it. Dished off to Miller. Miller into the zone, trying to weave his way through, running out of real estate. As we approach the 1 minute mark, and a nice leap from Resega there, finds Miller on the pass. Back to Resega. Resega looking for a shot. Scores! Daniel Resega goes 5-hole. As it's now 4-2. Well, Charles-Antoine Gerard is having a conversation with the bench, and he's going to start up high. Oh, we'll have to see if they pull him. He's having a conversation with head coach Michael Hill. And what a passage of play there from Jacob Miller and Daniel Resega. The captain and the alternate captain able to work together. Gerard looking to go to the bench. Bollinger feeding it down low. Gerard is going. 48 seconds to find 2. And we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to have a face-off at center ice here. Well, Gerard's just going to stay on the bench, even though this is a center ice face-off. 46.64 seconds to find 2. He's going to go back out there. They thought about leaving him on the bench for a second, but he's going to start up way out of his crease. Wranglers looking for the possession here. It's Poe with it. This one's kind of caught up. Gerard started to go. He had to retreat. 37 seconds. Gerard cannot go. They're telling him to go anyways. It's Gentler with it. 30 seconds. Can the Wranglers find 2? They're going to turn it over, and this one's going to go wide. Well, 24 seconds remaining in the third period. Wranglers need 2 goals to tie it up. Is the impossible, the unthinkable, doable here tonight? Well, we're going to have a timeout from the Amarillo Wranglers here. Head coach Michael Hill trying to draw something up. things just didn't go the way of the Wranglers tonight at all, but the Wranglers, they refused to go away and just accept defeat here, and they kept plugging away at it, trying to find goals when they could, but unfortunately, despite a lot of great looks offensively, just the turnovers and the breakdown in their formation and shape was the ultimate crux of them being down 4-2. Well, Captain Jacob Miller with some vocal words of encouragement that can be heard all the way from the broadcast booth. He is trying to get his boys hyped up. There's only 24.7 seconds left in this one. But is it possible? And all the way down ice, and they'll get the empty netter. Well, when you got your goalie pulled, you got to make sure you win the faceoff. Wranglers unable to win the faceoff here. Well, as they would say, just one of those nights in the office. Wranglers gonna look to put this one behind them when they return home on the 21st and the 22nd. It is never easy playing on the road. And usually when you're the away team winning on a Friday night, there is a big chip on your shoulder as the home team on a Friday night. And the Odessa Jackalopes coming out with that chip on their shoulder on full display here. Larson on the faceoff. This one controlled by the Wranglers. Schaefer to Larson. Larson to Dillon. Can the Wranglers find something of a consolation here? Down low, puck kicked aside on the pads of Jones. Well, time's just dwindling here with 5 seconds left in this third period. And time is now going to come to a close on this one between the Odessa Jackalopes and the Amarillo Wranglers. As the Odessa Jackalopes getting the home win here tonight, 5-2 over your Amarillo Wranglers. Well, we'd like to thank you for tuning on in to the YouTube audio-only feed and on NAHL TV. And that will do it for us. Wranglers split in a road series, which, as many would like to say, South Division, never an easy division to get a road sweep on. But 2 points out of 4. Not always the worst thing in the world. You could have left and gone back home with nothing in the bank, so you take 2 when you can. But be prepared to see a different look Amarillo Wranglers, because I can tell you right now for the boys, they are not happy with the final score here tonight. And you can already tell they're going to be having that conversation with themselves on the bus ride back home. And we talked about it earlier. Cruz Smith and Odessa Jackalopes netminder Kevin Jones both played hockey for Victory Honda at one point, and those two sharing a moment of reconnecting. They may be on different teams now, but they still have that bond of playing for a similar team, a same team back in the day. Well, your Amarillo Wranglers next week back home on November 21st and 22nd. November 21st, Pooch on the Pond night, and November 22nd, Military Appreciation night. And you can head out to those games 6 p.m. doors open, 7:14 p.m. puck drop at the Budweiser Bullpen Amarillo Civic Center. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning on into the broadcast, and we'll see you at home next weekend.